And the African Union as an organization, okay, is like a governmental organization, right? Okay, so it's like the United Nations. It's a creation by government. And so this is all of Africa's nations together except for Morocco.
Okay.
United. Recognized by the United States, we exchange ambassadors, just like we do the European Union.
Okay.
All right. Africa is 1.1 billion people earning $5 trillion. We in America, if you just take the census numbers, we're 43 million people earning $1 trillion. And our businesses earning 135 billion versus Africa's businesses earning 200 billion. So within that construct, Africa got together and said, hey, in 2012, we're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to meet with all of our partners. So when they met with the United States, okay, they met in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now they met in Cincinnati after 2011, and 2011 was the United Nations Year of the African Diaspora. They were celebrating, okay, what happened with the transatlantic and slave trade and et cetera in 2011. Nobody heard about it. And so in December 16th, 2011, the ambassador from the African Union called people who she knew, okay, about this, who should have been telling the story, and I got a call to come. Well, I didn't even know they had my phone number, much let alone, okay, call me to a meeting that, I was a decade after I used to be on the staff of the senior honorary consul for the Republic of Guinea in Africa to the United States. We didn't represent the United States to Africa. We were the consulate that was in charge of representing the African nation of Guinea to the United States.
Okay.
All right, I served under the Honorable David Morrow, who died in '96. But they called, I answered, I went. Okay, and lo and behold, I'm only one of two, okay, people who served diplomatically in an African nation. Everybody else is Pan-African.
Are you saying that one of two from America?
He was an ambassador to Africa from Jamaica. Okay. He was an actual diplomat. I was diplomatic staff. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was, if you want to use the word, civilians who may have held a post as an educator or a business person, et cetera, but nobody else had been a diplomat. Okay, but I had a contract as an oceanographic tech to work for NOAA for the Egyptian government. I lived out of Alexandria, Egypt, and I was taught by Orthodox Ethiopian Christians.
Okay.
I started broader. Okay. So the fundamental right to vote is not ever being attacked. The interpretations that you have Sunday, you have 30 days ahead of you have voting that goes, okay, et cetera. All right. But that does not stop the decourse.
In other words, you're saying that they're not attacking the law itself, but they're putting all of these barriers out there to keep you from getting to the vote.
Barriers, please. Okay, that's up to the political process for you to get your vote out. Go TV, get the vote out. All right. So, the rationale of why people don't get out to vote is not because of any Voting Rights Act barriers.
Well, let me ask you this. Why is it not common sense for a 60-plus person who have already said that they're in their retirement age and they are not going to go through all of that other stuff and getting driving license and all that other stuff? So they tell you, if you don't have that documentation, you cannot vote. But now here's the way. They say now you can get that documentation by taking your birth certificate and going down and get. But a lot of folks that done got to that point, they don't want to go through the hassle of writing back to Alabama, wherever they came from.
You don't have to birth. Okay, so they've normalized that in various states. But even if that was true, okay, there needs to be some identification, not like the old, test that you have, you go to vote, but if it was the Revolutionary War, all right, So the Revolutionary War is the time when George Washington and crew were the terrorists. They're dead.
Okay.
All right. Went into the Boston Tea Party.
Think about this before you say the next word. You're borderlining on what Ben Carson said yesterday. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you mean Mr. Plagiarist?
Okay. Plagiarist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did he solve that problem?
All I'm saying is
no. Did he solve that problem first before I get up to anything else? Did he solve that problem?
No.
Okay. Well, then nothing he says to me to he solves that problem. He has no right. Okay. Till he apologizes from those who he stole.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
All right. And I'll get to him and his life in just a second. But in 1763, the King of England said to the Americans, the United States consists of those states up to the Allegheny Mountains. After that, the rest of that, that's ours and the Indians. We just finished the war. We done defeated France. They conceded all that property. It's mine. You ain't got part of that. That was the beginning of our fever for creating the United States, going from a confederacy, of states, into a United States. In that great battle to create the United States, they agreed. So it is what it is.
Right.
We were born as slaves.
You don't have to stop with Thomas Jefferson because once you get on across up here, those fellas.
Slavery was in the country. I mean, New York, New Amsterdam's. We're talking about reality.
Yeah.
We're talking about real politics. Okay. See, we need to be telling the story of how we come about voting, because you can be a white man, but if you didn't own any property and born in this country, you couldn't vote. That's why the president, when he said to the world, when the country was formed, I can be a white man, and I still couldn't vote because I didn't own property.
That's true.